that rolls me over into like,
oh my damn.
Oh, only Kristi. Wow. I loved it so much I lost my hair. Freaking amazing. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're testing out the brand new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette. I am so excited, you guys. This palette is absolutely breathtaking. This might be my favorite Natasha Denona palette ever made. We are going to create a more day to night eyeshadow look. I'm going to show you what one would look very natural, and then we're going to glam it up for a nighttime evening look. I'm also going to explore this for the next 5 days and share some pictures of different looks I created, and I'll let you know at the end of the video if 5 days later I'm still loving this palette. I did get a request to do that. If you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get glowing.
You're still my favorite.
Alright, my beautiful glam fam, from dusty rose to icy pink, sparkling champagne, and coffee browns, this captivating assortment of flattering nudes can be used to create endless dazzling looks, perfect for everyday elegance, dramatic glassy eye finishes, or enhancing a gorgeous bridal glam. This I Need a Nude palette is a very versatile combination. This palette does retail for $69 USD. This has a 24-month shelf life, and like all Natasha Denona palettes, this is made in Italy. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little afraid at first because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be my perfect color story, but I still wanna try it. I was wrong, you guys. This is even more beautiful in person than it was in the pictures. I was afraid it was gonna lean a little too pink undertone for my taste. So these undertones I can get on board with. Now, if you're like, Kristi, is that eyeshadow palette too similar if I already own the Glam palette? Well, I'm gonna show you guys up close in natural daylight. This color story definitely has more pinks in it, whereas the Glam has a little bit more neutrals, couple warm shades in there and a couple cool tone shades in there. I don't think the metallics are as good as this new palette. This new palette with her new formulas in here just really are amazing. But I don't think that if you own the Glam palette, you're like, is that gonna overlap too much? I don't think it's gonna overlap too much in my personal opinion. I do feel like I can see the differences, and you guys know I would be brutally honest with that. I love every detail she did with this palette. I love the coloring. It really matches with the color story. You can see the rose gold, almost like trimming in her acrylic raised logo shapings. It's just so incredibly beautiful. You pay a lot of money for Natasha Denona, but you're getting quality plus amazing packaging. So I can justify it more. If you flip it over, you can pop out those eyeshadows, and you can even mix it with your Glam palette for some of your favorite shades if you're on the go and you don't want to bring two palettes with you. The way these glistened in the sunlight is just absolutely unreal. Again, this is a very cool toned color story, and it is featuring 15 new enchanting, like muted rosy and nude shades alongside her iconic formulas. But I'm really excited to test out the debut of her brand new Wet Effect sparkling and glossy finish formulas and see if we like it. We're a fan of it. I love the fact that there's no cream to powder mattes in here, so you're getting 7 of her creamy matte formula that I personally love the most from Natasha Denona. Now let's touch on these shades real quick. So in that first row, we have the first shade, which is called Stone, and that's a matte light medium warm taupe. Whisper, a metallic light nude pink. Ella, a sparkling foiled warm fawn. Vague, which is a matte medium warm dusty rose. Travertine, a metallic soft amber, and then Delilah, a sparkling Wet Effect silver brown. So that's one of her first Wet Effect brand new shades. And then we have Silhouette, a matte coffee bean brown. And then we have Muse, which is a sparkling foiled champagne. That might be like the highlight of this palette because it is so incredibly creamy and pigmented. I mean, there's so much depth in that metallic. And then we have Fair, which is a matte light misty rose. Oh, there is so much pigment behind that matte. And then we have Filigree, which is a sparkling foiled medium neutral brown. That's my other favorite shade in this palette. That one swatches so incredible. There's so much pigment in that. Now for the last row, the first shade is Wit, a matte light warm rose. Sheen, which is the other glossy effect warm champagne. Tender, matte medium taupe. Mesh, a matte light dusty rose. And the last shade is her other sparkling wet effect, and that is called Mia, and that is described as an icy pink. Oh, those wet formulas are just really beautiful. My favorite wet formula like effects out of any eyeshadow brand. All right, so today we're gonna do, again, go for like more of a daytime look right now, more of a soft glam for my girls out there that don't like a lot of smokiness, and then we'll smoke it up and really build the shades up. Let's start off with that shade Fair, and we're just gonna put that, we're gonna put it in the transition and see how it goes on my eyes. I'm just gonna keep that into the crease. I just wanna see if that pops up on me. I think that's gonna be a better cleanup color for me, or just on the base. I'm just gonna put that all right here now because that looks, just for me, the kind of color that looks better. And I'm actually gonna pack that on instead. I'm gonna take this What's Up Beauty R105 brush, and I'm actually gonna pack that on instead. We're gonna do that on this eye. Yeah, this is just a better all over color for me. I'm not gonna put too much on, well, I guess I'll put a little bit on the lid. And this will just be a nice base for setting down your eyeshadow base. So pigmented, and you'll get more with a denser packing brush. You can pack more of that on. I'm trying to find one here. This is a Zoeva. I don't even know if this is around anywhere. 325. We'll just put that on here and just watch. You'll get way more pigment out of that doing it on your eyelid. Yeah, see how that just delivered way more pigment? That was a softer brush I was working with. So, wow, there's so much base and pigment behind that shade. So you can definitely, the denser the brush, the more pigment that's gonna pop through. That is really pretty. All right, I'm gonna take that same BK Beauty Angie A502 brush, and I'm just gonna kind of clean it off on my towel, and we're gonna go into the shade Stone, and we're gonna use that one as the transition shade. A very subtle, easy, blendable, gorgeous color. Wow. I'm using a little bit smaller brush just because I don't want it to go all over the place. I really want to be able to control. And I'm just going to blend that, and then I'm just going to take my Sigma E61. You guys always know this is my go-to brush. And we're just going to kind of blend that out. It's really pretty. Wow, that is gorgeous. And you can literally just leave it there and pop on some mascara, and you've got a very gorgeous look. Or you can build it up a little bit more for a little bit softer glam look. We're gonna go with this Sigma E38, and I'm gonna go to this shade called Mesh. And it's just a little bit, they're similar, but this one feels like it has a little bit more depth to it, so we're gonna try that out. And this is like a very soft but yet dense brush, so it will place some pigment in there, but it'll be easy to blend out. Because we want to keep it soft, I don't want it to be too dense of a brush. I want that flexibility. It's a really pretty color. So this one feels even lighter than that first shade. So in retrospect, I would have done Mesh first and then went in with the shade Stone, because Stone has a little bit more depth. So now I'm going back in with Stone on the E38 Sigma brush. Yeah, that one has a little bit more depth. So we're just kind of building out that outer V, and I'm just keeping it on the outer V area. Look at that. I mean, they just blend like a flippin' dream. Going back in with the BK Beauty A502, going back into that shade Mesh, and I'm just gonna soften out the edges. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. All right, I'm gonna take that shade Tender because it has a little bit more depth, and we're just gonna do a little bit on that outer crease area. I'm gonna take that onto the BK Beauty A504. And again, just sticking to that outer corner area, we're just gonna give a little bit of depth there, not too much. Just a little bit, just right there. Oh, that's the perfect amount. Oh, that is so pretty. That shade is so, so, so pretty. We can just really keep that subtle right there. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Absolutely love that. I'm so excited. All right, going back into the shade Stone on the Sigma E38. Going back into the shade Mesh with my BK Beauty A502 and just going over the top of that. Very soft, holding the brush really far back. And I'm gonna soften out all of those edges right there because we don't want it to be harsh. And that's it for that because we want to keep it very, very, very soft. So we used in that for mattes, we just used the shade Stone, the shade Mesh, the shade Tender, and the shade Fair. Gorgeous. Let's go into the shade Sheen, and I'm going to take that with my finger. And I want to see what this looks like on its own. I'll swatch this in studio for you guys. So pretty. So you see like that wet effect, but it's not like tacky or anything. It's almost like a cream to powder type formula. It's unreal. It's almost like what she does with like this My Dream Cheek Trio. This one right here is a, well, this is even creamier. That's actually more wet. So never mind, I take that back. That is definitely more sticky and wet. So that's the formula I'm not a big fan of on the eyes and face, just because it just, for me, I don't know. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you're the same way with some of these glossy things. Like I know Mario has some of those where it feels like just sticky. Like I will want to take it off within a second. So let's go into the sheen and we'll just try to kind of keep this more on a very soft side. And I just want to see what this looks like because I haven't tried any of these shades out. I just swatched them. So I don't even know what they perform like. So this is definitely very subtle on its own. You're not gonna pack in too much. I mean, you can build it up, but very subtle and see-through. So this is more like, I would say like a topper shade than it is, you know, it's not gonna have a lot of base. So you're gonna definitely wanna put a base down there, especially for us more mature skin girls, because as you can see on my eyelid, I have texture there, right? I'm 45, so I'm not a spring chicken. For young girls, it's really pretty. Just cleaning up real quick. All right, we're gonna go into Whisper, and this is just one of her standard metallic shades, but it has base behind it. So as you can see right here, this is Whisper. You can see the base a little bit more on that. So that will cover up a little bit more of your imperfections or just wrinkles in my case. So I'm gonna take that on my finger. Now I'm gonna take my Sigma F70, and this is called a concealer brush. This really packs on metallics. I don't know if this is available anymore. Yeah, that just packs on metallics. Any type of concealer brush will work. If it's available still and I can find it, I will tag it on or put it down in the description. That is so pretty. That actually went on better with a brush than my finger. I'm really having to dig into that color. It is really pretty though. This will look pretty over like an eyeshadow stick. That color is still not giving me a whole lot of base. All right, now let's go back into this shade right here, or let's go into the shade called Mia. This is her other wet effect. I'm gonna save that one for the nighttime look. And I wanna see what this one looks like. This is more of like the pink one. Ooh, that's pretty. That'll go good with my little dusty rose pink sweater. All right, let's put that on my lid. Oh yeah, that over that. Ooh, 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 that is so pretty. So this is the kind of pink I can get on board with. I'm gonna take this Sigma E56. I'm gonna go back into that shade Mia and try it with a brush to see what we can get. Oh wow. Yeah, and you can wet the brush and get even more impact out of that. I'm not trying to right now just because we're gonna take or cover this up eventually. So we're gonna go back into Stone. Oh, it gets me so excited. So excited. All right, E61. And I'm blending all around because we're not, with this kind of look, I wouldn't even do. I would do false lashes, but I'm not gonna put them on right now. But now at this point, you can just take your mascara. And if you're doing more of a soft glam look, you can put something in the inner corner like the Kylie Jenner pink. Let me get my little triangle thing here. Just like that. And then I'm not gonna do mascara on the bottom just because we're gonna go in with liner and all of that. But let's try out this brand new Benefit Fan Fest. They sent this over to me, mascara. Let's see if we like this mascara. Now, I don't have great lashes, so. Now, although this is not gonna be good for your eyes, I'm gonna go in with my eyelash curler. It's just a Shiseido one. I used to do this all the time in high school. I'm not a big fan of that mascara. It's okay, it's not bad. I mean, you can see I got some lashes out of that. It feels weird to do normal lashes on camera because I always wear my falsies. So that is a more natural glam look. You can really build it up and put like false lashes on, put a little bit more sparkle in there if you want, but I really love how subtle and gorgeous this palette is, and that's what I wanted to be able to show you guys. And you could have stopped and not even built it up with even that darker shade. You could have just used those two lighter shades. So multiple endless looks you can do with this. Now let's take this into more of a nighttime glam look. This is just pulling away excess powder so that we don't build, but that's okay. We want that to be a nice subtle transition because we're obviously going to use those colors anyway. So let's go back into Stone and we're going to start building that up again. Luckily, all of these colors go so well together that you can easily do that with a day to night look because they already go well together. Now we're building this up and going a little bit higher than we did earlier just because this is going to be way more blown out smoky glam. Okay, for this one, I'm going to take this shade Vague because I want to get into more of the shades. I'm going to use my BK Beauty A504. And that one has a little bit more red undertone. And we're just gonna kind of go right here, right into the crease. Not too high up because we still want Stone to pop through. That's a really pretty shade. See, this is the kind of rose undertones I can get on board with where it's not too much. Sometimes these undertones with the red undertones like that can cause my eyes to have allergic reactions. So some of the Pat McGrath ones do that to me. So we'll see how this one does. And it's because of the red dye. Just so you guys know that. Red dye is not even like the best thing to put on your eyes in general. The red lake. So it's something that EWG recommends not putting around your eyes. So that's why some people can have like severe reactions just going back in with Stone over that. We'll use this Smith 230 brush. Gosh, I haven't used this in so long. And we'll take a little bit of that color Wit just so we can try it. So this definitely has even more peachy undertone. And let's put that like right here just to see if we like it. Just do a small amount. There's a nice warmth to it. It's pretty, I actually like that. Okay, now let's go into the deepest shade, which is called Silhouette. And I'm gonna take that on to this What's Up Beauty R109 brush. And I'm just gonna pack that on to the outer V area. Doing more stamping motions. And then I'm gonna take my Sonia G Mini Booster, nothing on the brush, and we're just gonna kind of smooth out. Really pretty pigmented shade. This one didn't swatch perfectly, but I knew it was gonna perform good. Sometimes Natasha Denona does that so that it makes it very user-friendly. When there's too much pigment, it could be hard for some people to blend out at first. Going back Sonia G, I'm gonna dip right back into Silhouette. Tap that off. And we're just gonna pop that and just kind of build it softly now. That first brush had so much density, it was able to pop that pigment in there. And then now this Sonia G has density, but it also has blendability. We're gonna use this BK Beauty 210 and we're gonna go back into Tender. And I'm just packing that in there so it doesn't get all over the place. If I did the dark brown there, it would have been way too harsh. Blend that out in a second. Don't worry about that middle part being messy. We're gonna clean that up. And I'm gonna build this one on the outside too. Bring that into the crease. I like this brush for this. Back into the shade Tender, and I'm just gonna pack that over that darker brown color just to blend in. That is so pretty. Now we're gonna go back in with the BK Beauty A502. We're gonna go in that color Stone. Oh, she pretty. Don't worry, it always works out at the end. We're gonna take that shade Fair, going back into the Zoeva, and just kind of making sure that that brow bone stays highlighted there. Okay, now we're gonna go back to this Smith brush. We're gonna take a little bit of that color Vague onto this brush. So pretty. I'm incorporating a lot of colors in this, but you'll see as I test this out in the next 5 days. I don't know if I'll have a picture for every 5 days. I'm not gonna do the video portion of it, but I'll just show you different looks I created. And then maybe at the end of the video, I'll attach like an outdoor clip at the very end and show you if I still really like it, how it's holding up, if I had any allergic reactions and all that on the 5th day. So we'll do that. I just decided this in my head, but that's really pretty. I like that, but I'm using almost pretty much all the shades in here, so that's awesome. Okay, they all just really coincide and just really play well together. So pretty. All right, I'm just dying to try this color on my eye because I love the way it's swatched so much, and this is that shade Filigree. This has so much base to it. I'm gonna do it again in the studio. Oh my God, it's like the gift that just keeps giving. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That is so pretty. I just watched Top Gun and that's in my head now. Oh, so good on Amazon Prime, so good. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of that Filigree and we're just gonna kind of pop that on that outside right there. So that's gonna be like our transition to the inner shade. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to put that one all over the lid. All right, going back in with that color Ella. Another really pretty metallic. This is more of like a metallic sheen. Pretty, subtle. We're gonna take that one and we're just gonna build that one up right there. Let's put Tavarine first, just because I want to try this color. Really pretty. Another like metallic sheen color. Those are a little bit more subtle, those two, than the other ones. Let's do that on the lid and just press that down. Okay, those are not popping up as much. I'm gonna do that just to kind of subtly bring that center shade I'm about to put on there into the look. Just kind of creating like a border around it so that it's not like that color and that color alone. Now we're gonna go in with this beautiful center shade called Muse. Oh my gosh, you guys. This shade is literally one of my favorite shades ever made. Beautiful shade. I cannot tell you guys enough how gorgeous this is in person. All right, we're gonna take that and that's gonna be the center lid. Oh my gosh. It's just too good. It's just too good. Natasha, you kill me with this. I did another palette like I needed a hole in my head, but let me tell you, even if I didn't do this for a living, this would be one I would get my hands on, just because it's so pretty. All right, we're gonna go in with Stone real quick. And just blend out these edges up top. I mean, seriously, it doesn't get any better than that. Okay, let me put my cap back onto my Gerard base. Let's see here. Let's do the lower lash line. I'm gonna do some liner first. We're gonna just take this Sephora On The Go number 3 brown. You guys know this is just my favorite liner. As much as I just sharpened it. As much as I love my Victoria Beckham eyeliners, this one is just my favorite. And we're gonna take the shade Silhouette now. These shades have very, like, literally no fallout. It's crazy. So you can actually do your makeup and not have to worry about messing it up. All right, so pretty. Oh my gosh. Usually it'd be like all this fallout on the bottom. Oh, this is reminding me of like my Melt palette. You guys know how much I love my Melt palette. All right, let's grab this What's Up Beauty, and this is R101, and we're gonna take that shade Tender onto this brush. And we're gonna go underneath that. Going back in with the Kylie liner, and then I'm gonna go in with the Stila graphic liner, and again this is in Ballerina. Oh, that was the perfect liner. Okay, going back in with my rougher number 23, just make sure we have that silhouette back down there and clean up the liner. Going back in to Mesh, E61, we're gonna blend everything out, and then I'm gonna pop on my lashes and I'll be right back. Alright Glam Fam, so that is how the final look turned out. I did pop on my Amy June Eve 3D Silk lashes. You can use my code Kristi15 and always get 15% off of all lashes. I absolutely love these lashes, you guys know that, and it really tied the look together and it just came out so beautifully. I did not think I was gonna say right now this is probably my favorite Natasha Denona midi palette ever made, even more than the Glam palette, only because I like the formula a little bit more in this one. I love that there's no cream to powder formulas in there, which you guys already know I'm not a big fan of, and I love every single metallic and sheen and wash of color you get from these sparkly shades. It is a very cohesive palette and I absolutely love that. I love that I used pretty much every single shade from this palette and it all just worked out so pretty. So I did, or I'm going to be showing you guys right now 5 other, well, I don't know if it's gonna be 5 days, but we'll see how many days I can get in there. I'll show it to you guys right there. And those are different ways you can really utilize this palette. I am one day going to, and you'll see right there, I'll point to the one, I'm gonna add in the Danessa Myricks Liquid Metal in Lilac, and I just know it's gonna go so beautifully with that shade Mia. Oh, as a topper. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Really pretty. These are like the perfect shades to really mix and match with that. And just a few other ways you can really utilize this palette in a very soft way, but a very glam way as well. I love the way both looks turned out. They're just really beautiful. I'm not used to seeing myself without lashes. I never film without lashes. It's just like it's my security blanket, but it is a really nice way to give a very soft glam look. But my favorite is just this gorgeous like smoky eye look, and it's just my favorite go-to look. So I love it. If you were in the market for this palette or had any questions, I just love everything about it. So let's go over my final rankings. So as far as application goes, oh my gosh, you guys, it applied beautifully. Every single shade in here applied amazing. So 5 out of 5, you cannot go wrong with a lot of Natasha Denona shades. And as far as the finish and wear, I mean, it all ties into application, because if it doesn't apply good, it's not going to wear good. But I just know these formulas, I've had it on for about 3 hours now, and I'm not getting any irritation from those rosy tones, which says a lot to me. So I love that. 5 out of 5, this finish and wear of every single different formula in here, whether it was the matte, the wet metallics. I really like this new formula she's doing, or just her creamy, typical shiny metallics. I really love that shade Muse. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So finish and wear, 5 out of 5. That rolls me over into the color story. As far as this color story goes, I have to say this deserves a solid 5 out of 5. This is that very universal palette that's gonna be gorgeous gorgeous for every day, gorgeous for a smoky eye, absolutely stunning. This would be like my bridal story right here for bridal looks. I mean, just there's so many different possibilities you can do with this palette where you're not feeling like you're spending $69 on a palette. You're like, I don't know how much I'm gonna use those shades. Unbelievably beautiful. As far as the packaging and the shelf life, the packaging is undeniably gorgeous. I love the acrylic. I love every single detail with the rose gold trimming on the shapes. I love just everything about this palette is so, it says I'm worth $69. And I love the fact that you can pop out the shades on the back and interchange them with the Glam palette or any of your favorite midi palettes. I hope someday she makes some of these shades refillable because you don't always get through the entire palette to spend another $69. So that would be fantastic, especially in this economy. So to the Natasha Denona team, please do that. As far as shelf life, 24 months. I mean, you love the fact that with Natasha shadows, you're getting your money's worth because they extend beyond 2 years with most of her palettes, with pretty much all of them that I own. So I love, love, love that. So it makes it worth that $69 price point. 5 out of 5. She always does such a tremendous job on her packaging, and I have to give her that. As far as repurchasing, would I repurchase this product? Absolutely. It is so pretty. It's going to be that one where I know I'm going to probably end up, this is my second Glam palette. I know I'm going to probably end up doing it again. So I love it. 5 out of 5, which brings me to, I mean, it's not going to be any surprise. My total Kristi Glam score is 25 out of 25. Every single category, nailed it. I really, truly, truly love it. I'm not getting any eye irritation, and that is huge for me. So you definitely have my KristiAllure approval on this palette. If you're like, Kristi, what do I do if I own the Glam palette? Do I really need this one? No. Nobody needs anything. It's all relative to your own taste. If I wasn't a YouTuber and I wasn't doing a video on this, I still would pick up this one, even if I already own the Glam palette, just because I know I will utilize both palettes, and I can't wait to start interchanging them because there are some colors I want to mix and match in there. So hope you guys enjoyed that review. I also have the Natasha Denona My Dream Cheek Trio. I already mentioned that. So I have that on as the blush. Again, I used a Mesmerize, the Rare Beauty highlighter, and it looks really, really pretty and really just tied in the look. I absolutely love this highlighter. I do have my Natasha Denona Charlotte I Need a Nude lipstick. Love that nude. It's such a beautiful, beautiful nude, and it really does go so perfectly with this palette as well as the Glam palette. And then I also have on my Pat McGrath Love Potion. Thank you to our beautiful Glamfam sister, Kathy, who got this for me. So I have both of these on. So the Buxom Princess is what I have first, and then I go over it with the Pat McGrath Love Potion. So really pretty combo. Hope you guys enjoyed all of that. If you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam Fam. We're here every week, and we just love for you to become part of our family. Be sure to check out last week's video, and if you like videos like this, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button and comment below. It always helps my videos out, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of this eyeshadow palette. If this is something you already picked up or wanted, or were just waiting for my review, let me know in the comments section. Let me know if you guys liked how I created the day to night look, which one you liked better, if you liked both of them. I like both. I mean, both of them are really pretty. I'll utilize both looks. So let me know your thoughts. I always love hearing from you guys. If you decide to purchase any of these products, please utilize my affiliate links down in the description box below. I greatly appreciate that. It really helps support my channel. You can follow me on all of my socials at KristiAllure. Check out my merch, Glamorous Life Collections. I have a lot of cute, fun stuff. I have like hoodies and crop, like windbreaker, getting ready for the fall time. A lot of coffee and contour, lashes and latte. My get ready with me robes that I wore on a last video and coming up in a new video. So definitely check that out. It does help support for a smaller channel like mine, so I greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you decided to pick up anything in my merch store. And now let's roll over into my 5-day wear test. All right, my beautiful glam fam, we are on day 6 and I still stand by my original review. I absolutely love this palette. I haven't had any eye allergies. I have been utilizing it every day since I got it, and I absolutely love these shades. But I reconstructed the palette, so I have a new palette now. This is a few of the shades from the Glam palette. I took the shade Smoke, the shade Crease, and the shade Center Eyelid. Those are my 3 favorite shades from that palette, and I replaced it with the 3 shades I know I would never use in this new I Need a Nude palette, and that was from the last row, and it's the shade Wit, the shade Sheen, and the shade Mesh. Mesh was a little too close to the other taupe color, and I liked the other one better, so I replaced it with those 3 from the Glam palette, and now I have my perfect palette. And I absolutely love this day 6 look I created. I actually did it yesterday as well, and I got so many compliments on it. This is about 6 hours into this eyeshadow, and oh my gosh, you guys, it's holding up beautifully. I combined it with the new Danessa Myricks Color Fix Liquid Metal in the shade Lilac. It's like the perfect combination with that, as well as the Armani liquid eyeshadows in the shade 6. And those liquid shadows are the best liquid shadows you could ever ask for. And that shade just goes so beautifully with this new I Need a Nude palette. I also did put on, even though I included it in my fails, the new Valentino liquid blush lip product in the shade Catch Me If You Can, because I need to utilize it. So I put it on my lips today, and actually I've been really liking it on my lips. So I don't know if it's my favorite product ever made, but I still like it, and it looks really beautiful with this palette and the color tones. So let me know if you guys want me to recreate this eyeshadow look today, and drop a comment in the comment section, put like a purple heart, and put please do this look. I am not going to recreate it unless you guys ask me to, so please leave a comment, and if I see a few of them, I'll be like, okay, I will absolutely do it. Since we already did a look with this, I don't want to keep being too repetitive with the palette, but I will do it if the Glam Fam sisters want me to. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you to our Glam Fam sister Edie for recommending me do this. I think it is a good way to let you guys know, again, if this is where I still stand 5 days, 6 days later. So thank you. I love you guys. Please remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and please give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Bye.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do.